Well, look at my little sleepy baby. Isn't she just so precious? What up, everybody? As I've stated multiple times before, I'm not really going to bother making a video regarding drama or anything unless if I A. need to defend myself. Feel the need to defend myself anyway. Or B. I just simply need to address something. Well, this is kind of like a mixture of both when it's all said and done. You see, I'm just going to go right ahead and say it. Xlinium, also known as the BHC Defender, which I'm just going to keep it real. He really shouldn't be calling that channel the BHC Defender when he doesn't defend the BHC from everybody, just a few individuals. I'm just keeping it real on that. If he was all about defending the BHC, he'd be going after, Chase, for example, for doing Kevin the way he just did, I'm just being honest on that. Like me and Kevin, we're not friends or anything. That's more than abundantly clear. But at the end of the day, it was bullcrap for Chase to block him over nothing, Which I'm not surprised Chase would be that insecure. I mean, my goodness, I remember when he freaked out and everything, all because I was commenting on some of Steve C's content. Steve Coate. Which I'm going to be honest. Yeah, the guy might be in jail, but I agree with every single thing that guy ever said regarding Chase. Just going to keep it real on that. So, yeah. But anywho, though, back to the, topic at hand, though, yeah. He really shouldn't be calling himself the BHC Defender account or BHC Defender or whatever if he's not going to defend his friends that are part of the BHC against everybody. If he's only going to pick and choose who he will defend them against. I'm just keeping it real on that. And again, I would have joined the stream myself to try to get things clarified and everything, but one, I'm unable to join streams. I've stated this multiple times. I don't have the proper equipment. All I have is my phone. That's it. Two, I don't live by myself, so yeah. I don't want to disturb the people that I live with or anything, just in case if things was to turn into a shouting match. So, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still not going to get as psycho or anything as Mr. Let Me Talk! Like, for real. So, yeah. But yeah. At the end of the day, though, again, there's this whole deal of this all these accusations and everything. First of all, you got Bio still trying to accuse me of showing my dick with no proof whatsoever to go by. And, of course, you have ZTB trying to make up a whole story as to why I'm upset about that and this, that, and the third and whatnot. It's like, whatever. Saying that, you only did this to get revenge or did that to get revenge. Well, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, and I've stated this multiple times, I truly believe, and I'm not saying that everybody in the BHC knew that it was Brian Absher the whole time that did it, but I do believe that some of them, ZTB included, did know the whole time that it was really Brian Absher that showed his dick, but accused me anyway as a way to get revenge on me. I'm just being honest on that. That's how I feel. That's how I've always felt. And I think it's funny how ZTB wants to go on about how I went all psycho on him after when that was all taking place. Again, I've stated this and explained this multiple times. There was a huge number of reasons why I was at that point to just go off on everybody. I was dealing with a lot of bull crap from being doxxed. Heck, someone even attempted to swap me. So, yeah. And here's the fun fact. A lot of this stuff was taking place not after, but before I had ever gone low towards Mama Bear or Jordan and their family and everything. So I hadn't even gone low for the very first time whenever I was dealing with all this crap. You know what I had done that was evidently so terrible? I was apologetic to Chayton and Arthur and voiced my opinion about Daniela. Chayton's crazy ex, the woman that they all love to simp for. So yeah, no, that's all I had done. And then I started getting doxxed and swatted and everything else. And so yeah, I'm already under the understanding, or at least the conclusion, that it's probably either, the ambiguous bastards who were still a thing during the time, or the BHC, you know. So yeah, of course, and I'm busy playing. So I had already unsubscribed from people and everything because I'm like, dude, I'm not dealing with this. You know, I feel like I was already getting harassed and everything else by these people, so I'm like, I'm not having nothing to do with them. Well, of course, since I had just freshly unsubscribed from them and everything during that time, anytime they went live or anything, their channels was still recommended to me. Well, during that night of the whole deal with Brian Absher going in there and showing his ding dong, you know, I'm busy playing Skyrim, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm playing an outdated game. Oh well, who cares? It's not like I'm the only one that does that, so yeah. Anyway, though, I was looking at mods, but I couldn't remember the name of the mod I was looking for. So I decided to get on YouTube so I can try to, see if anybody knew what it was or anything like that, like search up what the mod might be or whatever. And when I did, I seen that there was a live stream going on with my name right there within the title, by ZTB. So I clicked on it, and I hear them going on about how somebody went in there and showed their ding dong, and people are asking, who did it? And you have ZTB accusing me of doing it. So yes, at that time, I was like, okay, with already being doxxed and harassed and everything else, with this on top of everything, yeah, you best believe I was ready to go off on every single one of them, like a potential mass shooter. Or I guess the best way of putting it, like a Mr. Let Me Talk. So, yeah. So that was pretty much the whole situation there. That's the true tea of it all. And so, yeah. Again, if I wasn't already under the conclusion or assumption that they were already harassing me and everything, just over being apologetic, then I wouldn't have gone off the way I did. Like I said, if I'd known then what I know now, I mean, to be fair, even to this day, I still believe that certain one of them knew that was Brian Absher the whole time, because there's no way you get someone as skinny as Brian Absher mixed up with someone as fat as me. Like, let's just keep it real on that. So, yeah. Especially if you're going to say you're so college educated and that you're superior to everybody because you have a college degree, okay? If you're so smart, then obviously you're automatically going to know, who really did it, and you're just blaming me anyway because you hate me. I mean, it's just as simple as that. You wanted to get revenge on me for what I did towards Mama Bear and Jordan. So, yeah, that's the only reason why that whole accusation of me showing my dick ever got started. So, let's just keep it real on that. That's just how I personally feel, and that's how I'll always feel. I'm just being honest on that. And like I said, anybody that keeps that accusation going now are just a bunch of narcissistic assholes trying to keep shit going. I'm just keeping it real on that. Because Brian's already admitted to doing it. There's already been video proof of it and everything. Not to mention, he's already tried to reattempt to show his dick multiple times. There's even YouTubers that can vouch for me on that one. Because Sloppy was one of them where Brian tried to go in there and show his ding dong. So, yeah. Just something worth noting. So, and yeah, that's all I have to say about all of that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, and well, there is one more thing I need to address if I have enough time to do. I think I got like a minute to work with here, but because I can only make a 10-minute video. But nonetheless, though, at the end of the day, this whole deal with them trying to say that I've never tried to move on or anything, oh, I've tried multiple times. I have. When I had first, after I had apologized to Mama Bear and Jordan, that was my first time trying to move on and everything. But you had members from the BHC, well, I can't say members, I say one specific member of the BHC coming to my comment section trying to start crap with me, and I was playing I was actually making a chill gaming video with literally no commentary whatsoever. So for her to come over there and try to start crap was completely uncalled for. So yeah, I just simply blocked her and moved on, and they got butthurt over that, and that's what caused that stream to happen to begin with, where Brian showed his ding dong and I got accused of it. So, yeah. Chances are I may have to do this explanation in multiple parts, but yeah.